What's up, this is GM, and before I start, I want to tell you about TubeBuddy. In case you don't know, TubeBuddy is a free website that will help you manage and grow your YouTube channel. Thanks to them, some of my videos even show up as top results. Want to give them a try? Check the description below for the link. Today's product is our GravaStar Mercury M2 wireless gaming mouse. This is definitely one of the more unique gaming mices that I have reviewed on this channel. So let's go ahead and take a look at the box, see if there's any information that you necessarily need. Make sure you pause the video if there is, so you can get whatever information you need from this box in case you lost it or if you just need the info. But let us go ahead and now open it up and see what we got inside. Wabam! Here is the beautiful mouse. As you can see, I've already used it quite a bit, so it has some wear on it. But man, look at this beautiful, beautiful mouse. Now let's take a look at what we have as far as accessories go. We have the dongle if you want to use it with the receiver. And then we have this little piece right here. This pretty much converts a USB-A to a USB-C, vice versa. And now let's see if we can get the rest of this stuff out. Here we have either you could consider it a charging cable, or you could consider it as using it as a wired mode. So it is a USB-C to USB-A. And then over here, nothing in this box. Here we have some stickers that you can attach to it, which I haven't done yet because I kind of like the overall look of it as it is, but something I may consider doing down the line if I so choose to, because I do think that adds a little bit of a flair. Just going to move some of these boxes out of the way. All right, so here is just our mouse now. And let me go ahead and give you some quick info on it before we continue. Keep in mind, link to the product in the description below. So this mouse has a hollowed out design. Looks quite alien-like if you ask me. It has a great grip feel, and it uses a PAW 3395 sensor allowing 1 kHz polling rate and 26,000 DPI. It has 5 programmable buttons, driver to update colors, DPI, and polling rate. It works wired or wirelessly via Bluetooth or via the dongle I showed earlier, and it has 5 lighting modes with glow sync RGB tech. Battery life is, well, 82 hours through Bluetooth and 63 hours wirelessly, which I think is absolutely insane. I have used this mouse for almost a whole month before it actually died out on me, which I think is pretty cool. So now let's take a closer look at this mouse. Look at that design. So we have the GravaStar logo right there, just kind of embedded in. We have the inner, so we have the outside shell, and then we have the inner kind of husk right there. Again, looks kind of like maybe like a beetle or like some kind of alien tech right here. We have on the side a little grill, allowing for comfort when putting your fingers around, because as you can see, it has kind of like a little space here to just kind of settle your finger into on both sides. It really does make it comfortable to use and makes it really easy to hold onto. And then we have our buttons. So we have the 2 click buttons. We have the scroll wheel button, which also moves very smoothly. We have the DPI button, and then we have a forward and back button. On the bottom, we have a storage hub for the dongle, which I have already plugged in. And then we have an on-off plus Bluetooth versus receiver mode. So we'll go ahead and flip that on because I do have it plugged into my computer right now. And then of course we do have some padding down here to make it a smooth glide overall. Here we have, of course, the husk, as I'm going to call it, right in there. Oh, light turned off for a second there because I didn't use the mouse. So that is another feature. Obviously, it will go to sleep so that way it doesn't just use up the whole battery when it's not in use. So as you can see, it glows up very, very nicely throughout on the inside, and just got to keep pressing to keep it on there for a bit. And you can adjust those colors using the software, which again, I would recommend getting the driver if you want to be able to customize this more, get more specific DPI settings if that's something you're into, which personally I am. So that's pretty much the overall on this mouse. It's a great looking mouse. It has a great feel, and well, it's just great to use. But how does it work in gaming? You're probably wondering, because I mean, that is kind of the main thing when coming to a mouse, especially a wired mouse, because I am a little bit more skeptical when using wired mice since, well, I feel like generally the connection isn't stable enough to use properly. So let's talk about it. This mouse I use mostly on Valorant, CSGO, and a little bit on Paladins just to try it out. And let me tell you, it worked absolutely amazing. This mouse worked just as well as a lot of my wired mice, but way better because I didn't have to worry about getting my wires all tangled up everywhere. I think this mouse honestly performed a lot better than most of the mice that I own, and it also has this really nice smoother feeling when it glides. I don't know, because these pads don't feel any different than the other ones I've used, but for some reason it just feels a lot smoother as I'm moving it around on my mat here. And I think that kind of helped with the performance overall. Of course, you can adjust the DPI as you need, so I'm always changing my DPI based on how I'm performing in whatever given day. And so I like that I can really be precise with my DPI settings, which really does make the biggest difference when gaming. I felt like if I was to do a certain movement, especially on Valorant where I feel like it matters the most, I really did feel like I was being very accurate. It never really felt like I was really far off from my target. In this case would be whatever my opponent's head is. Never really felt like I was off. And I was surprised how comfortable it was to use. I thought with all of these holes, my fingers might kind of like catch up on it or something, but I actually think it helped a little bit with gripping. Because the thing is your skin's gonna kind of embed into these little holes, so it kind of keeps it more stable, if anything, which I don't think was necessarily intended when they made this design, but hey, I found that as actually a really big pro. And of course, if you wanted to use it wired, you could. You just plug in the USB-C in the front there, and then it becomes a wired mouse with a very nice braided cable that we have here that's very flexible. So overall, I can't find any real faults to this amazing mouse. I think the design alone makes it worth getting just because it is so unique. Alright, that's it for this video. If you found the video helpful, I'd love it if you could like and subscribe, of course. Leave a comment below if you have any questions, and the product is in the description below, so make sure you go click out that link and go buy one for yourself while you can. Thank you for watching.